Hello there, welcome or welcome back. If you don't know me, my name is Paloma and I am an illustrator, I'm an artist, and a big part of my job is making videos and creating content. And for today, I have another little lovely studio vlog for you. These last 2 weeks, I feel really different from the previous months, or honestly, year. I'm a lot more relaxed. I think a lot more grounded in my practice than I have been year or so. I don't know if struggle is the right word, but I've kind of just been readjusting financially because my partner and I bought a home. We own a home now, and that lifestyle adjustment and like the expenses and everything has definitely been something that we've struggled with over the last year. And I was able to pay off a lot of debt and kind of like restructure how we budget and stuff. And I just feel a lot more relaxed in terms of like my income and what I bring to the table, because I have definitely felt the pressure to make a lot of money all the time, at least over the last couple of years. And that's not great. That's not ideal for a creative practice. You know, it's all about a balance in this sort of capitalistic society that we live in. We gotta make money, but it's just a balance, okay? And I feel like I'm starting to strike one finally, and I just feel more settled in my creativity. I don't feel as much pressure on it. I don't feel as much pressure to like constantly be churning stuff out. And for me, honestly, whenever I feel a lot of pressure creatively, I tend to like make less stuff somehow because I just really crumple under pressure. I just really do. I need that like space to breathe and I need that relaxation, but we don't always have that privilege sometimes, but I'm excited to step into that now. And I got back into ceramics, which has been great. It's been a really nice grounding practice for me and a nice switch up from, constantly focusing on drawing online and proportion and stuff like that, and kind of just getting to play with clay and access a different part of my creative brain. But anyway, that's it from me. Also, I have a mail club, by the way. That's like my main thing. If you're interested, the links are down below. I came up with like this really cute spring concept based off of my wildflower garden that I have in the backyard. And yeah, that's it for me, I swear. Here's the video.
Hello, baby.
Yes, ceramics are back. I am outside on my patio in my backyard. I had plans for having a separate ceramic studio in my backyard and all this stuff. It's a long story, but long story short, currently not able to make the ceramic studio that I would like, so I am gonna make the one that I currently have. What I have is my same ceramic wooden table, a stool, and just my limited tools. I do still have my potter's wheel, however, I'm not going to be using it. I'm actually thinking of selling it because I'm just really into wobbly ceramics. Yeah, that's kind of an update. If you're new here, hello. I used to have a little ceramic studio in a garage a few years ago. Because of school, I kind of had to put a pause on it, and then I moved, and then I just never got around to making ceramics again, but I've really been missing it. So I ordered some new clay, fresh clay, and I'm excited to make a bunch of hand-built stuff that's nice and wobbly. So I finished up my first little pinch guy. I luckily remembered more than I thought. And I'm really just trying to jog my memory again because it's been so long since I've touched clay. I just kind of have the goal of using this clay up. If I want to keep going, I'll like play with some other clay that I bought. Little bowls, like little fruit bowls, maybe some dishes, like trinket dishes, and then maybe some cups that can be like pencil cups or something. But yeah, I was kind of just like reflecting as I was making my first little pinch pot on what exactly my goal is this time around. Because I feel like with ceramics, because I started it when I was in college, I felt really rushed. I was also younger, so I didn't fully know what I wanted to do in terms of ceramics. Like I mentioned, I think I am going to sell my potter's wheel and just focus on hand-built ceramics because I like, personally, hand-built ceramics a lot more. Like when I see people make ceramics, I tend to like hand-built stuff more than thrown stuff. And it's not because thrown stuff looks bad to me, it's just I really appreciate the imperfection of hand-built ceramics. And I mean, if you're familiar with my work, you know that I appreciate imperfection in general in like every medium and a lot of aspects of like my taste and stuff. Good morning, everyone. I am in my garage where I have my ceramics drying shelf, and I am gonna check up on my guys from yesterday. I made a bunch of these, what I'm calling berry bowls or like yogurt bowls. They're a bunch of pinch bowls, and I added feet to all of them. I eat a lot of berries, I eat a lot of fruit and yogurt, so that's why I think of this. But looks like so far everyone is doing well. I didn't have plastic to cover these immediately, so I was nervous about some cracking because when you make ceramics, you want it to get fully dry before firing, but you don't want that drying process to go too fast because then it could just make the clay unstable and cause some cracking. But everything looks good. I mean, this one's like already lightening up and getting really dry. I also made this trinket dish with a foot. I think the shape turned out really cute. Then I got really into making small little friends. So I made this one and this one, and I'm definitely making more today. I feel like these will be popular. I mean, I know I love small little clay things, and whenever I see these, I think of like putting like, you know, random stuff that you might have in here that is like hard to find a place for, like extra buttons, small earrings, or like earring backings, stuff like that. That's what I think of whenever I look at those. This one's like extra wobbly. She's like super crooked, but I think it's cute. This guy is what made me nervous, and it's actually still pretty wet, so I won't be able to trim or like smooth stuff out yet, Probably gonna have to wet it so it can survive the weekend and not get too dry. But yeah, I made a little pinch vase. I'm gonna keep making some ceramic stuff because I'm addicted right now. Probably a bad idea to use brown clay with this white shirt. I'm spending some time in my studio for today because last week I focused a lot on working on ceramics outside, and I don't want to burn out of that because I have a tendency to do that. I get super into something and then I do it to the point where I get sick of it. So I think I have enough pieces for now. I think I've made maybe 20, which is good. So I'm gonna work on some digital stuff on my iPad. I have been wanting to come out with a new t-shirt design for a while. However, I'm feeling lazy this time around, so I'm probably not going to hand screen print them. If I have more time, hopefully maybe a bandana design, because people really liked the scarf slash bandana that I came out with. This t-shirt design is actually based off of a few sketches from my Hobonichi sketchbook. I have been sketching a lot because I have a goal, as you may or may not know, to fully fill up a daily Hobonichi planner. And a Hobonichi planner is just this really fancy Japanese agenda, and the classic silhouette is where the planner has a page per day. And I have been trying to achieve this goal for the last few years, but this year I am extra determined to actually fully fill it up. So this month I did just a lot of like plain pencil and colored pencil sketches. I didn't do too much fancy painting or anything, but weirdly these doodles ended up being the most fruitful doodles that I've made in a while. I feel like when I have these low pressure doodle sessions is when I can come up with my best ideas for either like more developed illustrations or product. And in this case, I just took some sketches that I had in my Hobonichi and kind of arranged them together or messed around with them to make them look a little bit more cohesive, and I'm really happy with the t-shirt design. You guys will see a very slight sneak peek of what exactly the final t-shirt will look like. I had my patrons kind of help me figure out the color palette, but I actually ended up going with something completely different. But yeah, I'm really excited to have these for the shop update, hopefully late May, early June.
our cam. Yeah. Hello.
Thank you for making it to the end of the video. Before we close it out though, I wanted to talk about our sponsor for today, which is Squarespace. If you don't know who Squarespace is, they're an all-in-one platform where you can create your very own website, and it's the platform that I've always used to run my website. I have my portfolio, my online art shop, my mail club on there. I can run anything that I want on Squarespace, which is what I love. Lately, I have been using their email campaign tool, so I've been trying to get into the habit of sending out newsletters and stuff like that. So that's been super awesome that I can do that on Squarespace as well. If you're interested in Squarespace, you can go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and you can use my code for 10% off your first purchase. And I will see you guys in the next one.